From this pile, it looks kind of overwhelming, but maybe you can pick out like 2 items that you really like. After work, I'm a KonMari consultant, helping my clients to organize their homes and help them to tidy up.
There's a saying in Scouts, try to leave the world a little better than you found it. Who in the community might need help, experience and appreciate nature? So today I'll be conducting a training for the members of Waterway World Society. Back on first, then the legs. I'm a canoeing coach. My day job is actually organizing programs, water-based programs with the different organizations that I work with. So this training will entail having them practice rescue, towing techniques, as well as refinement of their technical skill sets. My love for nature started from scouting. I have been paddling almost every weekend since age 13. Okay, we're going to practice a turn. I'll be going in front, and then you meet around my kayak. I started to have an intense love for nature because I realized so much environmental concerns we are facing. And I would like to adopt that as my way of life in how I can contribute a little bit towards serving people and the environment. Yeah, so whichever is stable and comfortable, all right. So over here, extending from the canal side to the left, on the left is used to be part of a river. Yeah. So we go forward a bit more, and that will lead to our trailhead to the session. So I'm also a certified forest therapy guide. We are trained to facilitate an experience in nature. So my first forest bathing walk was with a local guide. It actually captures my mind and my heart to relate to the world, to myself. I feel that that's one very effective way to do environment education. Once we have that love for nature, we might become mindful of the environment, right? So you'll be perhaps finding your comfort spot, whichever you feel you are comfortable over here on this area. So I'll be here for a while, facing me. What sounds do you notice? Perhaps you can open your fingers, feeling the air that flows around. How does the air feel like? And if you feel a bit playful, have a taste of the forest air. There's a saying in Scouts, try to leave the world a little better than you found it. So I feel it's a very good transition for me at that point of time to integrate all my passions into an experience I can offer to the community.
I really love stepping into an apartment and space that is really set up for you to relax as if you're on a vacation. I think that's one of the best effects of having an organized space. After work, I'm a KonMari consultant, helping my clients to organize their homes. Hi!
Hi!
Thanks for having this call. I think, we're just gonna chat about some of the struggles that you have for your space.
I think the current struggle is that everything is everywhere because we just had a baby last year. So our priority is not about tidying the house. It's really just about survival, like having enough sleep.
When I tell people that I'm a KonMari consultant, the first reaction that they will have is, oh, does it mean that you're going to come to my house and like throw everything away? If we're to organize the whole house, we'll start with the clothes, followed by books, papers, miscellaneous. My role is to really guide my clients using the KonMari method, which is essentially tidying by category instead of location. It's not really about becoming a minimalist. I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions. This method is actually like pointing at the opposite, which is keeping all the items that make you happy. I'm working as an executive assistant and office manager at a tech company. I usually need to keep the office organized. So I'll come here after work to take a look at what's available and also make sure that there's storage that I can use to manage like my storeroom and general areas in the office. While I'm here shopping for work, I also take a look at some of the storage items that I can recommend to my clients.
We are going to do our second invitation, and we're going to do it very slowly. I remember my first time working with a special needs school, I feel that I have forgotten about people that live around our community who might not be able to access outdoor as conveniently as us. And that started Outdoor Sports Kaki, the initiative to bring families with special needs to outdoors. First building is very slow. It's crafted to inspire openness, and we as guides will help to facilitate that relationship building with nature.
I've been working with some persons with special needs, so I think it got me very curious, like what can we do with them in nature? Because I think that's the whole point of being inclusive.
During COVID, I started to think who in the community might need help to bring them outdoors to experience and appreciate nature.
I think people don't really think about the energy of their homes, but if you actually just stand and look at the space that you have, you can really tell whether it's something positive or negative. Hi! So when I enter a space, I actually just have a conversation with the client in terms of like setting a goal.
Our goal here is really to be good role models for Sophie.
Okay.
So I think what we want to reflect is that we want her to be neat, organized and independent.
Okay.
Here is my master bedroom.
Okay. During maybe the first session, they definitely feel vulnerable in opening the cupboards and like letting me see what's going on at home. We will take out all of your clothes. The reason for this is because we want to see everything as a category. Most often what I see is really the potential of the space. With that, it actually helps me to build a relationship with my clients and understand how their lifestyle is like, and we can actually set up the space to suit that.
This yes.
Okay.
Those one yes.
Okay.
Yes. Just saying there are so many clothes, right? Like, do we have to finish the clothes category in one session?
Right, we are almost there. Is that everything?
That's everything.
Okay. from this pile, it looks kind of overwhelming. But maybe you can pick out like 2 items that you really like. The essence of the KonMari method is to joy check your items, whether it actually supports your lifestyle moving forward.
I think these shorts,
Can you tell me
this
why?
one, because I wear it almost all the time.
Okay.
It's very comfortable.
Okay.
I think this one,
Okay.
because like it's formal and like I can breastfeed.
This is the benchmark of what the rest of your clothes should feel like.
This is the maybe.
Okay, so we will come back to this.
Yep.
It was very intense because you have to take out everything and we have a lot of things at home.
Yeah, my hives are back.
I actually discovered Marie Kondo and her first book, like The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, many years back. So when I first embarked on this journey, I think my parents were quite surprised in a way because I was like the messiest person at home. When I did the process for myself, some of the struggles that I faced is letting go of items I know that I wouldn't use anymore, but are still in good condition. Going through that process actually helps you to reflect what does all these things actually mean to you. Once you go through every single item that you have, whatever that is left is actually things that make you happy. That really impacted me in terms of my buying behavior because in my mind I'm thinking, like, will I actually let go of this item, and if I know that I will, then I will not buy it. So actually I think it also helped me to save quite a lot of money, like in terms of like impulsive shopping or just like shopping when there's a sale.
During COVID-19, we can't really venture out. So I was thinking, if I have that desire to go out so much, how about people who are wheelchair users? Hello， 你好，我是健身。你知道我们要去哪里吗？我们会去植物园。Before each meeting, I'll try to understand them a little bit more, their age and any medical conditions. 你的药是吃什么的呢？
高血压、糖尿病。
It's important to find out a bit more so I can plan according to their profile.
我现在心脏不大好，我要出去要坐轮椅。
你可以坐在轮椅，然后我们会推你进去那个车，然后载你来了。Most of the participants, they are elderly, and they actually share with me how much they have missed going outdoor. And I hope to actually bring about the connection with nature for more elderly, regardless of their abilities. 那就这样子先哦，阿嬷。
好，对。
好，谢谢阿嬷。好，下次见。Right now, I'm preparing souvenir for the participants, the vendor-centered pouch. So I hope to also have them bring back memory, as well as some natural representative of the space that they visit. I remember a participant gave me her handmade mask. I was so touched by that action. It's not just me hosting an experience for them, but it's also a way to learn about how humans can support and appreciate each other.
My father-in-law just messaged me. Good morning, Esther. I cleared this DVD player today.
How's the day, the packing?
Yeah, I still remember when she called and tell us that she's going to enroll in this KonMari consultant course. You can hear from the joy in her voice that she's really want to learn something. And the client is happy, and then she's happy also.
I really want people to find that joy in their life with their belongings and see that joy also like overflow into their own lives. My mom, as you can tell, she loves white and she likes everything to be like in a very specific order and place. This is how I actually grew up. Definitely, it brought me a lot of joy to use a space that is organized, but I never really thought about whether it was sustainable for me. And then now it's given me a different perspective into how systems should be set up. The logic is really like simple, like keep whatever sparks joy for you. If they apply this logic in their life, I feel like everyone can actually achieve a state of happiness. Hello. Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. Just 4 glass.
Yeah, so it's all over because I will try to clear.
Yeah, I think for this kind of containers, right, it will usually go with the like cling wrap and all that.
Okay, so these are the pots that we just built out over there.
I think you might have to get a stand because if you put it like that, right, you probably only use the one on top.
In the old place, the top drawer is used to put all the sauce.
Oh,
Easy
okay.
for cooking.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yes, these are the the bigger ones.
I always tell my clients the goal is the space should support you instead of you tolerating the items that are around. So this process requires a lot of courage for you to really take control of your space. If you feel that here is more convenient, then we probably have to get all the same size bottles and then we just pour out. Actually, all your books are here also.
Yeah.
It's not so much about me just going there and then you're going on a holiday and then I'm just going to reset your space for you because I think in the long term it doesn't work.
Do I continue to put the toys here?
So it's just whether like will your kids come here and open and then like, oh my god, all my toys are here. So you really need to be there to tell me about your lifestyle and whether this setup works for you. What is the flow of your day-to-day activity, and based on that, like I would work with you to find the best space like for the items that you have. It's not so much about me telling you what is the right method. My role is really like guiding the client to achieve something that would stay after I leave.
So there's a switch in terms of the drop-off point, and I actually need to quickly think about how the flow can be. I think the main concern is how the elderly feel. So this morning, the weather is not very clear. We have actually some shelter activities for them to be engaged through the weather turns around. Hello, 阿嬷，你好。橘子阿嬷，我是健身，你好。Myself and Clement and our volunteer will help to push the wheelchair so that the caregiver can also have a short space of respite. 我们的第一个小活动呢，就是用我们的感官感受我们的环境，感觉无机花的叶片，它的花朵是什么感觉的？
它是很软，它的枝就比较硬。
自然的花朵在我们的皮肤
很凉，
是什么感觉的？
很凉。
很凉。
这个小鸟不一样的。
The participants who are wheelchair user, they would have different way of engaging with nature.
这也是很美。
So the area that I need to bring them to will need to be more thought through. Can they able to touch the flowers? Could there be interesting biodiversity for them to see at the eye level as well? We have a lot of seniors who are on medications, and I feel that being in the nature being physically active, being emotionally supported with nature, the benefits are actually very effective.
So like I will fold her home clothes. Then all the hanging ones are the going out.
Going out,
clothes.
okay.
Yeah.
Like we'll sort it by the item itself. So the pants with the pants in a row, and then pajamas, shirts, and yeah. So we will just do that.
So we just bought her this pickler triangle.
Okay.
And I think it would be good if she has more space to run around and play.
Tidying for me is a journey because it's not something that you can complete in, let's say, a week. Because of the emotional and like psychological input that you need to have throughout the process, it's something that you should really pace yourself and set aside intentional time to go through. I think this journey for me so far as a KonMari consultant is really rewarding because I can see the potential that I saw initially in the space like coming to life.
I was very grateful that this thing was happening. And I think like my husband, I can also see the happiness coming out from him that he sees the house in this state. So we actually bought this more than 6 months ago. And we were actually struggling where to place them. We're just happy that now that we have this area cleared. And I think the guests who are over at our house can also look at these pictures that we took.
In 在大自然当中呢，我们感觉比较放松。那我们也要感谢自然给予我们的好处。Spending time in nature inspired me, and hosting these experiences with people with different abilities helps me to understand more that how privileged some of us are. Privileged in a way whereby we have the ability to explore as and when we like.
今天很高兴你们来带我们出来走走，谢谢你们。
The earth needs our actions to care for it. Nature can benefit us. How can we then balance that giving and taking? As we take from nature, can we also give back in a more active manner?
So we put at the bottom.
Put at the bottom.
Easier for her to.
Check this out.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah.
刚才忘记送你一个小礼物啦。
啊，好，谢谢啊，
OK，
谢谢你们，拜拜。